Hello, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nandi. So, as you can see from the title, today we are going to be talking about how to stop seeking validation. If you haven't already, please make sure that you subscribe and also like and be sure to share this video. And let's get right into it. Okay, so I am sure that everyone knows what validation is. But if you do not, validation is the acceptance and recognition of someone else's accomplishments. And just to be clear, you can have two types of validation. There is external validation that you get from other people when you accomplish something. And then there's also self-validation that you get internally when you complete something that you're proud of. Now, validation only becomes an issue when so let's say you accomplish a goal and no one knows about it. So, you accomplish that goal and your self-validation, you are able to internally validate yourself and say, good job, you're a bad bitch, all that, right? And so that's enough for you. Validation becomes an issue when you place someone else's recognition of your work or your accomplishments over your own feelings of your work and your accomplishments. Validation typically begins when you are a child. It can start as young as that, because let's say, when you did anything as a child, such as ride a bike, learn a new trick, or, you learn anything. As a kid, the first thing you do is look at your parents for their approval and for their acceptance. So you kind of are already at a disadvantage of wanting validation, because that is something that internally as kids that we seek. Going a little bit deeper into why we seek validation, the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which is a psychology theory, is that esteem, love, and belongings are essential components of human motivation. So if esteem and love and belongings are essential part of human motivation, then that is something that a person is constantly seeking. This is why seeking validation specifically, is so two-sided sometimes, because it is technically ingrained in everyone. While we all may seek a little bit of external validation, for a majority of people, it is enough for them to act on and be motivated by their own self-validation. But if you are not and you constantly seek external validation, here are some reasons why. You could have a lack of self-confidence. So if you have a lower self-esteem, you are more likely to do behaviors that will get you attention or do behaviors that will get you praise. In turn, it will make you feel good about yourself, and then the cycle repeats. Another type of validation seeking behavior is to constantly need the reassurance of other people. You mainly see this, again, on social media, when people are constantly, talking about things that they're going to do, are constantly asking for the opinions of others. I think that validation is just a very, very tricky thing to have, because while the opinions of other people can be useful, anything that is done in excess can be scary and can be dangerous. Because if you are constantly asking people for their opinions, and you're constantly asking people for advice, then how much of your own opinion and your own advice do you actually believe to be valid? And so I think that is something that we should always look out for. How much of someone's opinion are you actually putting above your own? The issue I have with social media and the correlation between validation is that while I understand that some people do post things for external validation, I think that there is a very gray line that people don't understand, and I think people make the assumption that everyone is posting things for attention. So more validation seeking behaviors include changing or adapting your point of view in the face of apparent disapproval. We see this on social media all the time. Social media and validation honestly go hand in hand, because it's kind of like when you post something on social media, you have the opinion of millions of people that you don't know, millions of people that you will never meet. Let's say you post something on social media and someone doesn't agree with you. When you change your opinion because you are getting backlash, which we see all the time, or you change your opinion even when you don't even believe in what you changed your, if you don't believe it, but you change your opinion to that anyway, just because someone else did or someone else is going along with it, then that you may be seeking external validation. If you are afraid to say no because of disapproval, I mean, the fear of saying no is honestly all over the place. If you are afraid to say no for fear of disapproval, I have a video, I will link it above. Then, you know, you may be seeking external validation from other people. You may be scared to stand up for yourself because you are afraid of not being liked. If you pretend to know or understand something, even when you don't, you may have some validation seeking tendencies. There are two other validation seeking behaviors that I want to touch on. And the first one is failing to cope with any level of criticism. Again, this is like social media based. It's social media based, but at the same time, it's like this can also happen just in life. But if you can't deal with criticism without standing your ground, especially if it's something that you firmly believe in, then there may be some validation seeking tendencies. If you feel the need to apologize because someone disagrees with you or someone disapproves of something that you do, then you could have validation seeking tendencies. While you can be wrong, you can also just have a difference of opinion, and that is okay. I think when it comes to certain things, social media has just become a breeding ground of people all thinking the same and people all liking the same things. Now, obviously, there are some stances where right is right and wrong is wrong. And those are things that I am not talking about. I am not speaking on serious issues. Okay. If you have an issue with a serious matter, I mean, there's only one clear answer. But if you are on social media and you feel the need to constantly go along with what other people say, or if there is I know on Twitter they do like unpopular opinion, right? So let's say you have like an unpopular opinion, and then you get any heat for it at all. You take it down immediately, or you immediately apologize for it. And it's like you're scared to have a difference of opinion because that's not what everybody else is doing, or that's somebody disagrees with you, or that's not, what everybody is going along with. It's like, no. So what are some ways that you can stop seeking validation? One, obviously, is to build up your self-confidence. Because if your self-confidence grows, you will know what you bring to the table, and you will know what you offer, and no one will be able to tell you otherwise. So how do you build up your self-confidence? One is to start by accepting yourself. Even the parts that you don't like, even the parts that you do like, accepting yourself as a whole. And really, one of the things that I suggest to do to start doing this is to really pay attention to the way that you talk to yourself. Another way to stop seeking validation is to evaluate your tasks. So really look at the things that you do and ask yourself, am I doing this for me, or am I doing this because I want to be recognized by other people? Going along with that is to be mindful, especially on social media. I would hate to sit here and tell someone to not post things that they feel confident in. I know, for example, the silhouette challenge has been going on, and a lot of people have been saying, oh, girls are just doing this to get attention, and girls are just doing this to do whatever your reasoning to think that girls do whatever they do. as some women have stated, that they are doing things to build their self-confidence, and they are doing things because for so long they have lacked self-esteem. The only person who knows why they're doing things, why they post things on social media, is you. If you are posting things because you want to celebrate your body and it makes you feel confident and it makes you feel sexy, then go for it. If you don't have a healthy balance, recognizing your own accomplishments, but instead you put other people's recognition and acceptance of your accomplishments above your own, I would definitely take a step back, probably from social media first. Realize why you do things. Again, evaluate your tasks. Are you doing this for yourself? Or are you doing it for other people? And then maybe go forward. So that is my little 2 cents on how to stop seeking validation. And I hope you guys learned some gems. I hope you guys got some good tips. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.